Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that I look absolutely crazy right now, but I'm actually filming a makeup review for you guys, and I'm gonna link the video up here. That way you guys can understand why I look like this and don't think I'm just absolutely crazy throughout the rest of the video. I'm not just like randomly starting off looking crazy just for the fun of it, you know, because that's like what you want to do, look crazy on YouTube, right? So yeah, check out that video so you guys can understand, and then come back to this one so we can continue on together. So besides the disaster that's going on my face right now, I am actually really excited for today's video because I was finally able to pick this guy up, and I am so excited. I love Casey Holmes, and anything that she does I will totally support. So I went to Ulta today and I was just randomly shopping in there, and I had no hopes to find this just because I checked online. It said out of stock literally in every Ulta near me. But yeah, I was like, they obviously don't have it, so let me not even think about it. I had no intentions of picking it up. And I'm randomly going through the aisles on the drugstore side, and I see just like a pretty and big package on top of one of the shelves there. And to my surprise, it was this guy right here. And oh my god, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, yes, it's totally meant to be, you know, like totally fangirled, and she wasn't even there, which I don't even know how that happens, but whatever, it happened. So yeah, I immediately snatched that just in case it was that somebody got it and wasn't sure if they were gonna get it and they put it down, whatever. If you're watching and that was you, I'm sorry, I got it. So I'm super excited to play with this guy. You open it up and it has her picture on there, and it comes with a bronzer. Let me try to place this here for you. Comes with a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, which looks like totally my jam, and 4 eyeshadow shades right down here. It comes with a lip cream and like a little perfume or like little body spray. So the packaging is amazing. It's totally beautiful. Definitely how I expected it to look with looking at it on her channel. And the back here, oh, I forgot to show you. The back has another picture of hers and just like a little quote from her and a little message for all of us. So I really appreciate that. That has kind of a personal flair to it. It's not just like, here, buy my product, you know? So yeah, I'm going to start playing with my little palette here. And if you guys want to see what look I come up with, then definitely keep watching. Alright, so as soon as I finished filming my intro, I noticed that I hadn't done my eyebrows yet, so I went ahead and filled them out real quick, just because I'm going to focus on what's actually in the palette here. So I just took off the little tape it had holding the film down, and oh my god, you initially get this like coconut scent flowing everywhere, and it just smells so good. So I think she had mentioned that she used the same formula as that butter bronzer that they have, so it literally smells just like that all over, which is definitely amazing. It smells really good though, for real. Alright, so I think I'm going to start off with my eyes first. She does have down here 4 shades, which I'm going to go ahead and play with. I might use a little bit of the bronzer to throw it into my crease. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to grab the bronzer right up here and throw that into my crease using the Morphe M504 brush, which is just a tapered, fluffy blending brush. Oh my god, it smells so good! And I'm just blending in windshield wiper motions and reapplying as needed, because with the blending I do lose some of the product. And it seems to be blending out really nicely and really buildable as well, because it's definitely gotten a lot more intense since I started. This is such a beautiful, warm, kind of neutral transition shade. Literally goes with so many different looks. Alright, and now I'm going to really start intensifying that crease, and I'm going to go into No Filter, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to apply that using the Morphe M503, which is just this brush right here. It's a little more tapered and more dense than the one that I use for my crease. So I'm going to dip in there and just kind of shake off the excess and start working that into my crease right below the transition shade. That is a beautiful color. I live for these very warm kind of reddish shades, so definitely my jam. So far, both shades are really blending seamlessly into each other. Like, I'm not really putting much of an effort or really making sure that I'm blending my life away, and it's doing the job. So far, so good. Okay, so this is the part where I was a little confused just because I didn't know if I wanted to stick with a very warm and sultry look or if I wanted to play with the green in the palette. And I think I am going to go for the green just because it's beautiful and it's something different, something that I usually don't go for. So I might as well just play around with it. So it is the last shade down here and it is called Palms Palms. So cute. Okay, and I'm going to apply that using this little BH Cosmetics brush that you guys have seen a million times. And I'm just going to dip it in there, kind of just grab some of the product. I'm going to start off with a little bit and then start building it up just so I can really shape out my eye. It's definitely different than anything that I have. And it definitely builds up because see, this is the second one that I put on and it's a lot more intense. Alright guys, so before I move on to the next shade, let's just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful that green shade is. Like, that is so intense and it looks so good with the other colors that I put in my crease. Like, I am living for this right now. I'm definitely liking it a lot more than I thought I would just because I tend to stick with very neutral and brown shades. So green is not a normal thing for me, but it just might be now. Okay, so now that I showed that a little love, I'm going to move on to, I think I'm going to pick up the other shade that's in there, so Chop It Like It's Hot. All these names are so punny. I love it. Okay, and to apply that shade, I'm using the Morphe M506 brush, which is this guy right here. It's just a tiny version of the first brush that I use on my crease. So I'm going to pick up that shade, dust off the excess, and then just really focus it on where both colors meet. And it's not really doing anything crazy for the look, it's just kind of blending both things together and just adding a little bit more of definition in there. And now that I went ahead and placed that, I'm going to go back to the M503 brush and really blend all the shades together. This one's a little bit more dense, so it's going to really do a good job at blending that out. And then the final blending I'm going to go is right back to that first brush that I used and just kind of go through the edges and make sure that the transition shade is still visible in there. I'm not reapplying in any of these blending steps. It's just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the shadows on my lid for now. So far, it is amazing. Definitely better than what I thought it was going to be, but I'm really loving it. I thought I was going to have a hard time putting a look together just because there's only 4 eyeshadows in there to play with, but I can definitely see how you can get some variety out of this. This green shade is beautiful for a night out, or if you want to just, you know, glam up a little bit, but you can definitely do a very neutral look with other 3 shades in there. So even though there's only 4 shades, it's definitely very versatile. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and my mascara, and then I'm gonna jump back and finish up the eyes and the face with the palette. Alright, so I went ahead and did my mascara and my eyeliner off camera, and I used the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. And for my mascara, I use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. And if you were wondering, no, I did not apply falsies. Me and falsies, we just don't get along just yet. Maybe in the future, but as of now, no. Okay, so I'm going to start deepening up the lower lash line, and I'm going to first go into, Chop It Like It's Hot, and I'm going to pick that up using Morphe M432 brush, which is just a flat definer brush. So I'm going to go in there, dust off the excess, and then just get as close as possible to my lower lash line. So I was thinking of skipping applying eyeliner to my waterline, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm using the NARS Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner in Via Veneto. You guys have seen this a million times. Like, I swear by these NARS eyeliners. They're literally the best. So I'm going to go ahead and just place that on my waterline. Oh my god. I hate applying eyeliner to my waterline just because I have contacts on, and I swear that I touch my contacts with this. Probably don't, but it feels like it. Alright, so now that I went ahead and deepened that up, I'm going to start blending it out, and I'm dipping into the bronzer shade that I use for my transition, and I'm using the Morphe M149 to apply it, which is just a super tiny pencil brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on my eye and kind of drag it down and blend it out as I go. Alright, so now that I have smoked out that lower lash line as much as I want, I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm dipping into the first shade on the palette, so Do Not Disturb, which is this first guy right here. And I'm going to apply that using the Morphe M209 brush. I have some in there, so I'm just going to start off on my arch there. And like I've mentioned before, I don't really like shimmery shades on my brow bone, so I always go for bone color mattes. Right, and that is pretty much it for the eyes for now. I just need to apply inner corner highlight, but I'm going to do that whenever I apply my highlight to the rest of my face. So that means I can finally start putting some color into my skin. I know I have looked crazy this whole time, but I wanted to work on my eyes first since I haven't used this palette, and just in case there was some fallout, so I didn't want to work on the rest of my face and then have to fix it again later on. So I'm going to go right into the bronzer in the palette, and I'm going to apply that using the Sonia Kashuk number 100 brush, which is this guy right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying that and bringing some color back. I'm so glad that I found this palette because honestly, I've been dying to try the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, which is like 15 bucks, I believe. And I was actually able to pick up this whole palette, which includes it, for $19.99. I don't believe I had mentioned that earlier, actually. So yeah, I picked it up at Ulta for $19.99. So I thought that was a steal. $4 more and I get a whole bunch of more things. So yeah, win. And now I'm going to dip into the blush in the palette, which is this guy right in the middle, and it's called Copper Cabana. And I'm applying that using the Morphe M105 brush. Yeah, it smells like it too. It's really pretty. Definitely has a little shimmer in there, which is perfect for the summer, but if you're not into shimmery blushes, then this is probably not for you. But I honestly don't mind it. And since I probably went a little too ham with that, I'm going to go into the Morphe M406, which is just a big dual fiber brush, and blend that out. And the palette doesn't really have a contour shade, so I'm just going to go into the Benefit Cosmetics Hula Bronzer right here, and I'm just going to apply it with the little kabuki brush it comes with. Alright, and now I'm going to move on to one of my favorite parts, which is highlighting. I'm just going to dip into the highlighter it comes with, which is just Beachy, and it looks like this right here. And I'm applying that using the Morphe M501 brush. Ooh. Literally, I don't know if you guys can see that. It literally looks like it's wet. Excited. Ooh. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is intense. Definitely, wow. Yeah, definitely very intense. So if you're an intense highlighter kind of gal, then this will work. I may have gone a little too crazy with it, which is probably why you see it all over my face, but I do not mind. And since the palette comes with a lip product, I'm going to go ahead and just use it. So it is a, let's see, just a little lip cream. The packaging is just so cute. There you go. And it is in the shade Pop the Bubbly. Literally like the punniest names ever. I'm loving it. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a matte or just like a normal hydrating cream, so we'll see. Oh wow, it's super metallic. Oh my god, and it smells like coconut too. Yes. So it definitely feels very hydrating. It literally just melted on my lips. It didn't really do much for color just because it's pretty much the same color as my lips, but it definitely added a lot of sheen and shine, which I'm sure I'm going to be using a lot when the summer comes. I love lip glosses and metallic lip glosses in the summer, so definitely going to get a lot of use out of this then. But it feels so good on the lips, and the smell kind of goes up and it smells so good. And since I obviously love the scent so much, I'm gonna go ahead and spray myself with the little body spray that it comes with. Oh my god, that smells so good. It's a lot more intense than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be just like, you know, the little body sprays that you get where you only get the scent for like 2 seconds. Alright guys, so this is the completed look right here using just the Holmes Physician Formulas Collab palette. And I am actually enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, I knew I was gonna like it, just because I've seen her use it before and it looked like it blended beautifully. The colors were super pigmented. So yeah, it actually exceeded my expectations coming in with the palette. The packaging is beautiful. It is very tropical, very summer, which you can also tell by the names of each of the shades. So yeah, like I mentioned before, all the shades blended really well together. I feel like they look so good together. Like I said, the green isn't something that the average person would actually use, but I feel like you can make it very wearable. I don't feel like I look all that crazy even though I have green in my eyes. Definitely my favorite thing on the palette is probably the highlighter. Like, I don't know if you saw that, but when I applied it to the brush, it literally looked wet, and that is my type of highlighter. So as soon as I applied that on my cheek, it just like literally glowed. If there's anything that you need, it is the highlighter in here. Like, that just blew my mind, literally. And like I said when I started off the video, I wasn't all that happy with what was going on my face, but I feel like with these products and after applying the highlighter, the blush, the bronzer, it has really put it all together and I can move past what was going on my skin. So yeah, I'm gonna link for you guys the video where I explain a little more of what was going on my face so you guys can get a better idea throughout this video. So yeah, if you guys couldn't tell, I am definitely loving this palette right here and I highly recommend it for you guys. And I mean, it was just 20 bucks. Like, that is a steal for everything that you're getting in here. Plus, it's kind of a little collectible if you guys like supporting the YouTubers and buying any products that they do collabs with. So it's definitely a good investment. And before you leave, definitely make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you guys can see all of my upcoming videos. And that is it for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye!